Hello children, good morning to you all. Yesterday we have started our new session with the lesson Uncle Richard's New Year Dinner. So today is the second session of the class in English. Okay. Uncle Richard's New Year Dinner. Okay. Yesterday we have learned the difficult words and today we are going to learn the lesson. I am going to explain you the lesson. Okay. So let me read one paragraph, one passage and explain you. Prissy. So here begins our class. Prissy Baker was buying matches in a store when she saw her uncle Richard walking in. She wanted to run to him and wish him a happy new year. But she stopped because she knew that Uncle Richard and her father had quarreled many years ago and they had stopped talking to each other. As Uncle Richard left the store, she heard him tell the shopkeeper that he was alone at home and would cook his dinner after he returned from town. Prissy, the main character of our story, a girl. She went to, her complete name is Prissy Baker, a girl. Main character of our lesson. Prissy Baker. She is a girl. And second character is Uncle Richard. Her uncle, Prissy's uncle. Prissy's uncle. So, one day Prissy Baker goes to a shop to buy matches. Matches means matchbox, okay. When she went there, she saw her uncle Richard walking in. Walking in means he was also entering the shop to buy something. She wanted to run to him and wish him a happy new year, but she stopped. So it was a new year, 1st January. She wanted to, 31st of December I can say. She wanted to wish him happy new year, but she stopped. Why? Because she knew that Uncle Richard and her father had quarreled many years ago and they had stopped talking each other. So Uncle Richard and Prissy's father have quarreled many years ago. Means they had a fight many years ago and they stopped to talk to each other. Understand? As Uncle Richard left the store, she heard him tell the shopkeeper that he was alone at home and would cook his dinner after he returned from town. He goes to town for job. So he told the shopkeeper that he lives alone in his house and he would cook his dinner after he comes back from his job from the town. So after her uncle Richard had driven away, Prissy walked thoughtfully home. She had planned to spend a nice lazy Christmas holiday with her father, but as she walked home, she realized that Uncle Richard would have an unhappy new year. he would return from the town, cold and hungry, to an empty house and uncooked dinner. So, after her uncle had driven away, means he left the shop, Prissy also left for her home. Understand? She was going thoughtfully, means thinking something in her mind about her uncle. Actually, she had planned to spend the Christmas holidays in a lazy mood, doing nothing, eating, playing, and all. But when she heard with her father, she wanted to spend her holidays with her father in a lazy manner. But when she heard that her uncle lives alone, nobody is there to look after him, and he had to cook his dinner after coming home, so she felt very bad for her uncle. Understand? So this will not be a happy new year for her uncle. She thought it would be really an unhappy new year for Uncle Richard. She would why? Because she would return home from the town cold and hungry. Usually from you are going from school. When you go home, your lunch is ready. Your snacks are ready. You don't need to worry. Understand? But here Uncle Richard had to go home and he had to cook his food and eat. So this is not a fair thing. Understand? So he had to enter the empty house. Nobody is there in the house and cook his lunch or no dinner is cooked and all. He had to do himself everything. This worried Prissy. Suddenly, an idea popped into her mind. Suddenly, some idea caused stroke to her mind. She got some idea. What was it? She hurried home, put her matches away, locked the door, and started up the road to Uncle Richard's house half a mile away. Some thought she has got in her mind. She hurriedly went home. She ran home. Then what did she do? She put the matches in some place, locked the door, and she walked up the road to Uncle Richard's house, which was half mile away from her house. Hmm. She hurried. Prissy entered Uncle Richard's house through the woodshed door, which was unfastened. She went into the kitchen and looked around. This was an adventure. This was fun. She would tell her father all about it and how proud he would make him. It would make him. So, how did Prissy enter Uncle Richard's house? Through the door of the woodshed. Woodshed means a shed like a garage where firewood is kept. And the door of that woodshed was not closed. Unfastened means fastened means closed. Unfastened means not closed. So she went from there and she looked into the kitchen, went and looked around the kitchen. This was an adventure for her. Being a small girl, she is going to prepare food for her uncle. It was like an adventure for her. And she felt fun also. And she thought if she tells all this to her father, it would make him proud. There was still a good fire in the stove. And in the pantry, Prissy found all the vegetables she needed: potatoes, cabbage, and turnips. She also found the ingredients for the raisin pudding. She knew that her uncle loved pudding. So she went inside. There was fire burning in the stove still. She entered the pantry. Yesterday I told pantry means storeroom. There she found all the vegetables she needed for cooking dinner for her uncle. What should she got? Potatoes, cabbage, and turnips. You know turnips, what you call like beetroot, green color, another one will be there. And she also got the ingredients. Ingredient means articles, items for preparing raisin pudding. Pudding is a sweet dish. And raisin pudding, she wanted to make a pudding out of raisins because her uncle liked puddings very much. In a short time, the kitchen was full of bubbling and hissing and mouth-watering odors. Even the raisin pudding was beautifully baked. Whole kitchen was messy now. Everywhere things are spread and beautiful, nice smell of the cooked food was spread everywhere. And even the raisin pudding also she cooked in a very good manner. It was beautifully baked. Uncle Richard should be home soon, said Prissy to herself, as the clock struck 12. So I will set the table now and leave the dinner where it will stay warm. She thought, now it is getting 12 o'clock. So Uncle Richard may reach home now. So I should leave home. I should go home now. So what she thought? She thought that she would set the table for dinner and keep the food in such a place where it will be warm, hot, and then she wanted to leave for her home. Well, what does this mean? No. So when she thought like that, Prissy set the table and she was just leaving when a gruff voice behind her said, well, what does this mean? She did what all she wanted, cleaned and kept everything ready. She was just wanted to leave. A gruff sound. Gruff means rough and quiet sound came. What is this going on? What does this mean? Understand? She did not know that her uncle was entering the house so soon. But uncle entered the house and he questioned what was going on. Prissy turned around surprised. There stood Uncle Richard at the door. She turned and saw who was there. Uncle Richard was there near the door. I came up to cook your dinner for you. Uncle Richard, I came here to cook dinner for you. She stammered, means fearfully she said, stopping in between. I came here to cook food for you, uncle, said Prissy. I heard you say that you were spending New Year alone. So I thought of cooking a New Year dinner for you, just like father and mine. But I meant to slip away before you came home. I saw you speaking something to the shopkeeper, and you were telling to the shopkeeper that you are alone at home and you have to celebrate your New Year day alone. So I thought it was unhappy thing for you. So I wanted to prepare New Year dinner for you. So I entered, I prepared, I wanted to go, but then you came home. I wanted to go home before you come home, but it did not happen. It was very kind of you, said Uncle Richard. So kind of you, nice, thank you, you did for me, said Uncle Richard. Whether Prissy thought that he would shout at her, but instead of shouting at her, what did Uncle did? He praised her and thanked her. I am surprised that your father let you come. Oh, I am surprised your father let you come, means allowed you to come to my house, permitted you to come to my house. Father was not at home, but he loves you, Uncle Richard. Father is not at home. I came without informing him. But he loves you, uncle, said the girl. Said Uncle Richard. Well, since you have cooked the dinner, you must help me eat it. It smells good, I must say. Sit down, Prissy, I am hungry. So you cooked the dinner, it smells very good, but you should help me eat the dinner. Means we both together sit and have our dinner. Understand? So come on, sit. I am very hungry now, said the uncle. They sat down. Uncle Richard was evidently very hungry because he ate every little bit of food on his plate with great relish. He talked to Prissy too, quite kindly and politely, and when the meal was over, he said slowly, I am grateful to you, Prissy, and I am sorry for quarreling with Irving. Hmm. So they sat down, they had the dinner, and Uncle Richard was eating very fast. It showed that he is very hungry. Every bit of food he ate, nothing he left in the plate. And he relished the food, he enjoyed the food. And he talked to Prissy also lovingly and caringly. And then he said, I am grateful to you, Prissy. I am thankful to you. You prepared for me. I am sorry that I fought with Irving. Who is Irving? Prissy's father. Irving is Prissy's father. Irving is Prissy's father. Hmm. I wanted to be friends with him again, but I was too ashamed and proud of to admit it. No, actually, I want to be friend with your father, but I am ashamed of my behavior. I fought with him. Now I don't dare to go and talk to him. I am ashamed of myself and I admit my mistake. I agree my mistake, said Uncle Richard. Will you tell him so for me? And if he forgives me, tell him I would like to spend some evenings with you too, like the old times. So I am very ashamed and I admit my mistake. And what I told you, no, please tell your father. If he forgives me, if he excuses me, understand, I would like to spend some time with both of you, like in old times. Oh, you should come, cried Prissy joyfully. We will be one happy family again, Uncle Richards. Okay, no problem. You come to me. You come to our house. We all stay together like our old family time. Understand? Uncle Richard looked at his niece with a smile. Niece means brother's daughter is called niece. Brother's or sister's daughter is called niece. You are a kind-hearted girl, Prissy, or you would never have cooked a dinner for an old uncle who deserved to eat a cold dinner for his stubbornness. You are kind-hearted, Prissy. You are a nice girl. You prepared dinner for your old uncle who doesn't deserve all this love because he deserves only eating cold food because of his stubbornness. It made me cross today when people wished me a happy new year, but it has brought me my family back already, and I believe it will be a happy year all the way through. People wished me happy new year in the way, but I felt very bad because nobody is with me. How can it be a happy new year for me? But now I can say it is a happy new year. And from now onwards, every time it will be a happy new year every year for me because you people will be with me, said Uncle Richard. Indeed it will, laughed Prissy. You must promise to come and spend New Year's Day with father and me. Night you are spending in your house, but tomorrow morning you come and spend your day with us, father and me. Let us stay together, said Prissy. This way, the small girl patched up the differences between her father and uncle And again she brought them together and she helped Uncle Richard to celebrate a new year in a very nice manner, happy manner. And at the same time, they both loved each other and they wanted to stay together. This is how a small girl, Chrissy, brought her family together. This is what is the story of Uncle Richard's New Year dinner. So, whether you are small or big, it is in your hand how can you make others happy. So, with your small deeds, you can make anybody happy. This is what we learn from this lesson.